Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be filming this look, which is a everyday neutral tutorial using the Morphe Brushes 35O palette. So if you want to see how I created this look, then just keep watching. To prime my skin, I'm going to be using the Makeup Forever Step 1 Skin Equalizer, this smoothing primer. Then for foundation, I'm going to be using the Too Faced Born This Way Oil-Free Foundation, and this is in the shade Natural Beige. I always like to work the foundation from the center of the face outwards because I tend to find that's where I need the most coverage, and I always make sure to take it down the neck. Then to fill in and shape my brows, I'm going to be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz in the shade Soft Brown, and I always start by combing through them with the spoolie end before filling them in and shaping them with the waxy pencil side. And then I finish off by giving them another comb through just to kind of fairly evenly distribute the product and make it look as natural as possible. Then to set them in place, I'm using the L'Oreal Brow Artist Plumper. Then to prime my eyes for shadow, I'm just using a concealer, and the one I'm using is the Urban Decay Naked Skin, and this should help make the eyeshadows last for longer. To provide a nice smooth even base, I'm going in with this top shade, which is a matte off-white, and I'm applying that all over the eyelids. Then for my transition shade, I'm going in with this fifth shade on the top row, and I'm going to apply that straight into the crease. Not really neat or anything, just getting the colour down. Then to further intensify the crease, I'm taking this first shade in the third row, and I'm applying that mainly on the outer third of the crease, but also connecting it to the outer corner of the eye. And then I am taking the same brush I used to apply the transition shade and ensuring that both shades are kind of well blended in. Then I'm taking this dark brown shade on the bottom row on the outer V, and this is just going to add a little bit more depth to the eyes, as well as to add a little bit more smokiness to the look. And then I'm taking a fluffy blending brush and making sure that that dark shade is well blended in with the rest of the shades that we already have on the eyes. Because I felt like it wasn't dark enough, I'm taking this even darker brown shade on the bottom row and applying it quite precisely on the outer V, and this is just going to deepen the outer V even more and add a lot more kind of depth and smokiness to the look. And as you can see here, I've switched out the brushes and I'm using something that's slightly more bigger and fluffier, just to make sure that that dark outer V shade is well blended in with the rest of the shades on the eyes. To highlight my brow bone, I'm going back into that off-white ivory shade, and I'm running that along the brow bone just under the arch of the brows. Then I'm mixing these two shades in the second row, and one's a bit of a peachy gold, whereas the other one was more of a pearlescent pale gold, and I'm applying that on the mobile part of the lid. Then going into this warm brown shade, I am applying it between the dark shade on the outer V, but also the lighter shades on the lids, and this will just make it a bit more of a seamless transition. Then to tightline my waterline to create that really fuller, thicker lash line effect, I'm using the Marc Jacobs Highliner Gel Crayon. Then for my wing liner, I'm going to go in with the Heavy Rotation Marker Pen Eyeliner. And this is kind of new to my collection, so I'm testing it out, and it's very black, but it's just kind of a standard eyeliner. Then for mascara, I'm going to be going in with the Makeup Forever Aqua Smoky Lash, and I'm giving my top lashes a quick coat before going in with some new false lashes. And these are the Fleur de Force eyelashes by Eyeliner, and these are in the style Fleur Loves. For my under eye concealer, I'm going to be using the Urban Decay Naked Skin, and this is in the shade Light Neutral, and I am using a beauty blender to blend out the concealer on my right eye, and as you can see there's a massive difference there. Very brightening, this concealer, and very kind of high coverage. And then strangely enough, I'm kind of testing using the Morphe G2 brush to blend out the concealer, just because I wanted to see whether there was any difference. Then to set that under eye concealer in place, I'm using the Mercier Secret Brightening Powder, making sure to tap off the excess on my brush. Then to conceal other areas on my face that might need a little bit more help, I'm using actually the same concealer but in the shade Medium Light Neutral, just to match my actual skin tone on my face rather than having it slightly brighter, which I prefer on the eyes. And I'm using a damp beauty blender just to kind of blend that all away. Then to set the concealer in place, I'm going to be using the Bourjois Healthy Balance Powder in the shade 53, and I'm also going to run that over my cheeks as well. And then I forgot to highlight the centre of my forehead, so I've just dabbed a little bit of concealer on that before setting it with the same powder. Then, oh dear, my Kevyn Aucoin, the Sculpting powder, seems to have died a horrific death. I'm using the broken pieces to chisel out my cheekbones, as you can see, and making sure to suck them in whilst I do. Then I also make sure to run it along my jawline just to give it a bit more definition, and sometimes I like to further define my chin. And to warm up my complexion, I'm using the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Bronzer in the shade Radiant Bronze Light, and I'm literally taking that all over the kind of circumference or perimeter, that's the word, perimeter of my face. Then I'm also taking that sorry ass sculpting powder along the bridge of my nose just to kind of make it look a little bit slimmer than it is. Then I like to go in with a fluffy blending brush just to brush off any excess powder and make it look as natural as possible. Then moving back to the eyes, I'm going in with that fourth shade in the second row, and I'm running that right the way along my bottom lash line. Then I'm taking this dark brown shadow from the bottom row and I'm taking that more closely to the lash line, and then taking an even darker brown, I'm just concentrating that on the outermost corner. Then to oomph up my bottom lashes, I'm going in with the MAC Gigablack Lash Extended Play Mascara. And then, not to forget the inner corners, I'm taking that third shade along and popping that right in the tear duct area. And then another epic fail, my Champagne Pop highlighter happened to get shattered. Anyway, I'm taking what's left of it on the tops of my cheekbone, the tops of my brow, and also slightly on the brow bone. Oh, and also along the centre of my nose. And then for blush, I'm going in with this much neglected Galactic blush in the shade Madrid. Then for my lips, I'm going in with this Ofra Cosmetics liquid lipstick in the shade Pasadena, which is a beautiful pinky nude, but it's a very earthy, muted, slightly brown nude, so I think it's a great transition shade for autumn. Then to set my makeup in place, I'm using this L'Oreal Infallible Pro Spray and Set, which is a makeup extender setting spray, and nice and affordable too. And that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this rather easy neutral toned eye look, which is pretty much wearable for every day. So whether it's work or a date night, I think it's something that you can wear for any occasion. Give me a thumbs up if you did, and make sure you subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!